can't think of a better place to recharge and ready ourselves for our next mission.
I just think you should give it a little more thought, okay?
Well, okay, fine. Let's see what he says. Hey, you have a second? Sam and I were just having a, discussion, and I wanted someone else's input.
I think it's more accurate to say that you and I have now both been cornered, but sure.
I'd like to, get in shape, do some working out. So I asked Vladimir for some tips, and he basically said weightlifting was a bad idea.
Are you sure that's what he said, or is it just what you heard?
Anyway, so I wanted to get Sam's opinion on it, and he pretty much said the same thing.
Okay, since now you've been fully roped into this, let's all just take a step back. I had simply pointed out that if you take a look at Mateo, weightlifting isn't necessarily the first thing that comes to mind. I was wondering whether there might be a better option for him, and just sort of musing in general about the idea of sticking to things you're inclined to, versus going out and trying something completely new. Well, what's your take on it? You think it's better to stick to what you know, or to take any opportunity to try something that's maybe outside your comfort zone? I feel like maybe you dodged the question there, but okay. Also, I bet you 10 credits Vlad said something similar.
Of course I'd be careful. Anyway, thanks. I think I'm gonna try it. And don't worry, I'll be sure and ask Vladimir for pointers.
Hey, we'll support you no matter what. Just don't want to see you get hurt is all.
We've always considered ourselves explorers, but this
Thanks.
really is uncharted territory.
And maybe,
isn't it?
if I need a spotter.
Your investigation with the Freestar Rangers has come to an end. Are you satisfied with the results? You can dismiss it that easily? This Ron Hope, supposedly a man of the people, was more concerned with profit than lives. He was not the first, and certainly will not be the last. In the end, he was just a man, and died like any other. At least he will no longer be able to prey on others. I am unsure that death was preferable to justice, but at least the situation is over, and there is no question who was to blame. No, he did not. A very poor decision on his part. Perhaps a lesson to be learned by others who would break the law, at least while you serve as Ranger. I think less of the badge and more of the person wearing it. But you should be proud of your accomplishments. Shall we find some other adventure to occupy us now?
As much as I love uncovering new questions, I wouldn't mind a few answers now. Before I say anything, I need to clarify that I have no formal medical training. So with that in mind, I know I said the scans weren't normal, but I would differentiate that from dangerous or concerning. I plan on keeping an eye on you, but you seem to have adapted to the changes. You're feeling okay, right?
I was on an outpost and then a predator burst in. It was all jaws and fur.
I'm not a doctor, but I do have eyes. I think I'd notice. I have no reason to expect anything that drastic will happen. But we are in uncharted waters here, so I guess you'd just be extra handy to have around.
We were talking.
Then, depending on what different means, we do some more scans, talk it over with the group, and make a decision. But let's not get ahead of ourselves.
I must have misremembered.
Okay, well, if I were a doctor, I would absolutely advise against that, for a variety of reasons. But I'll take it as a positive sign. For now, just relax. We're all behind you, and we'll take care of you if we need to. And if you wake up in the middle of the night to find me standing over you, taking scans or drawing blood, just take it in stride. I'm kidding, I wouldn't do that. Probably. Great, let's see what you have. Stay safe, okay?
I hope Cora doesn't get too much underfoot. The Freestar Rangers. You did their dirty work and then some. So how'd you feel wearing the badge? The reality of the job is dirtier than cops and robbers on the playground. Me, I never cared much for being a ranger. Too many of them try to force the world to be only black and white when it's anything but. Take Ron Hope. I mean, the guy's a legend. Before him, Polvo was a desperate, depressing place. Everything he did was to keep his people employed, to keep Hope Tech standing in the backstabbing world of megacorp politics. I really hope you're wrong. But you probably aren't. Tough calling what to do with Ron Hope. Taking his hush money wouldn't have sat right with me. But I wonder what's gonna happen to Hopetown without him. Fingers crossed. As much fun as it is being a ranger, I hope you can start focusing on Constellation business. There's plenty of mysteries left in the good old Milky Way to discover.
So, you gotta fill me in on what happened at the temple. What happened? What did you see? Sounds like we need more data to me. Then what happened? I heard you did some stuff and then you changed. Uh-huh. Hold up a second. You encountered advanced technology that altered your biology in a way that results in... In what? Superpowers? Fair enough. Maybe we can run some tests later. Anyway, thanks for filling me in on the temple and your power. I wonder if we can find any more traces of whoever built them. It just opens up a world of questions. It's so exciting. Dusty. Dusty. Let's talk. Well, if it isn't our own ranger. I hope you're not taking the job permanently. There's a lot less paperwork in Constellation. And the benefits are pretty good, too. Costume party coming up, huh? Anyway, it suits you. Anyway, I'm just glad Ron Hope is gone. Maybe it will. We can't know for sure, but yeah. You had to do it. It was a hard choice that you made, but I'm proud of you, Captain.
I must admit, you've surprised me. I thought you were going to take off as soon as you'd gotten something from us. But I was wrong. I want you for a little
Barrett,
soiree, I'm
Don't you still owe
planning.
me 100 credits?
What? No, I paid
A
you
business
back
meeting,
2 weeks ago.
of a sort at least.
What? You said that last week, come on.
It's about an artifact.
okay.
And our goal is simple. We're going to purchase it.
I'll get you.
Our seller is a freelance operative in the city of Neon, which means the artifact is almost certainly stolen from someone. I just need a little more presence in the negotiation to show we're serious. And I think you'd be perfect. That settles it then. We just need to make a few stops when we get to the city, and then the drinks will be on me.
Drinks are on you? Now I'm certain there's something wrong with you, Walter.
It'll be easy, I promise. I'll ride passenger on your ship until we get to Neon. Just let me know when you're ready to set off. To the Volai star system, then. I admit I'm a little excited.
I have things I wish to discuss with you.
I've
When
got
you
some
have
stuff
time.
on my mind. When you have
We have
time.
not yet had a moment to talk about what happened to you at that place. Temple? I am not sure what to call it. In all my time amongst the stars, I have never heard of such a thing. What do you think that place was? Then it seems fitting that you were the one to discover it. Certainly it is too soon to speculate about who built it, but how can we not? After what you experienced, do you have any insights? I suppose it is possible, but I cannot imagine anyone who could build such a thing. I am sorry. After what you have been through, I should be asking about you. Are you all right? Have you felt any side effects? A cynical person might suggest that in itself could be a side effect. But for now, we will just assume you have been very fortunate. The artifacts, that temple, this new ability you have acquired, clearly they are all connected. This is all so much bigger than we realized. You are right. Now we have even greater reason to press forward, to learn more about what is at work here.
Oh, yeah,
Ask
I remember.
if you've got questions.
Very aware.
Speak up if you have ideas.
Okay.
We're all here for the same
Sure.
reason.
I got it. Thanks again.
I have something I need to discuss with you. Ever since we talked about the Battle of Cassiopeia, I can't get what happened out of my mind. I'm about to pour my heart out to you, and you're telling me you're busy. Fine, fine. Ever since we talked about the Battle of Cassiopeia, I can't get what happened out of my mind. Was it that obvious? I thought I could handle these memories, but until I return to Cassiopeia, I'll never be able to put this to rest. I would like that. Actually, I need that. One problem, though. Pinpointing the crew's shuttle wreckage is going to be like trying to find a grain of salt in a sandbox. I think we need to start by locating my old campsite on Cassiopeia 1. Shortly after I evacuated, I saw the ship come apart. The UC listed it as lost, so I assume the Dauntless was completely destroyed. What's there to tell? I survived. My crew didn't. Still, I'll never forget my finger hovering over that launch button. Would I launch safely, or explode into a fireball? It turned out that my shuttle had just enough power to allow an emergency landing on the planet's surface. I'd be lying if I told you I'd carefully weighed all my options. Truth is, I was on autopilot, acting purely on instinct. Hold on. I don't know the exact location of my survival campsite. For that, we are going to have to head to Mast and see if we can get the information from my old friend, Admiral Logan. Your instincts are right on target. Logan and I butted heads more than once during my time with the Navigator Corps. We've never seen eye to eye. Look, I hope this isn't asking too much. Last thing I want to do is drag you into some kind of personal crusade. That's why I'm desperate for your help. Truth is, I'm scared. When I set foot on Cassiopeia, I don't know if I'll be able to handle what I find. If I begin to fall apart, I need someone I can trust to hold me together. I know you will. You've always been there when I've needed your help. Why you continue to support me, I'll never understand. I don't know what to say. I've been so busy searching the stars for answers. I've overlooked what's been in front of me all this time. True love. Something I've seriously considered sharing with you for a long time. Just not ready. Not yet. Yes. Yes, you're absolutely right. Hey, anyway, I've taken up enough of your time. I know you have a lot to do. I really appreciate your offer to visit Cassiopeia. Hopefully, it'll bring me the closure that I've needed for far too long. I have something I need to discuss with you.
Smell that? Construction, incense, industrial chemicals of every kind. But they still can't get rid of the odor of chasm bass. A native species of fish. I often wonder what would have happened if they'd never found out about the psychotropic effects. I mean, on paper, a rich protein source is far more practical value than a recreational drug. But theory loses out once again to practice. Something to do with chasm bass's natural oils, apparently. If you're curious, the name is Aurora. We need to stop by the Stroud offices. There are certain authorization procedures when large funds are being transferred, even for something like this. The Stroud offices are in the trade tower. It's exciting to see this little venture paying off, but we really do need to be careful. The artifacts were one thing, but this, well, we really need to keep this to ourselves. Can you imagine if word of this got out? If you thought it was a challenge to find artifacts, Imagine doing it with everyone else in the settled systems vying for them as well. We need to figure out what this all means before someone else does. I guess we should be grateful we seem to be ahead of the pack, as it were. So far, no indications that anyone else has noticed what we're up to. Let's just hope that doesn't change with this newfound ability of yours. Remember, you're representing all of us out there.
Keep moving, the scanners won't hurt you.
Oh, that jump looked painful. Not doing that. Well, with all signs pointing to the Astral Lounge, I suppose we should pay for it. If Benjamin Bayou's ego was as combustible as helium-3, he'd be able to provide enough fuel to power every ship in the settled system.
Mr. Stroud, we didn't know you were coming in.
It's all right. I just need to have a short chat with my counterpart. Is she in today?
Yes, allow me to bust you in, sir. You know, Mr. Stroud, you are so lucky. Our office is open. Just try to keep interruptions to a minimum. This is the Stroud Eklund business offices.
Walter,
Issa.
shall we continue from last time? The luxury cruise line market is completely outside of our core competencies. Investing into it is a mistake.
No, I'm here about... Wait a minute, a mistake. Our ship designers are the best in the settled systems.
They design personal craft and military ships, Walter. Large-scale accommodations and hospitality is a completely different beast. Oh, I'm so sorry. Here I am arguing with my partner, and you're just standing right here. Issa Eklund, the hyphenated Eklund in our glorious company's branding. Co-CEO, heir to the Eklund fortune, and somewhere down there I'm his wife, yes.
Didn't know our marriage was such a low priority.
Oh, it jumps up the list at the right moments. Oh, aren't you lovely? Walter, wherever did you meet your new friend? I'm jealous.
A colleague from Constellation.
Ah, yes, the daring explorers my partner is so infatuated with. You should hear him reciting that speech.
There's no need to go into that.
Oh, my heart skips a beat when he does it. Really, it does. Such passion. If he talked to the board that way, I wouldn't need to placate them so much. Who was it again, Walter? The founder of Constellation?
Sebastian Banks, his final address before he disappeared.
Seconded.
Believe me, I've heard it plenty of times from him already.
I am not going to be forced into embarrassment in my own office. The answer is no.
Talk to him about it later. Once he cools down, he'll be all ears. Yes? Why are you here, Walter? The board meeting isn't for a while. Our vacations aren't coming up either.
It's the discretionary fund, Issa. I need all of it.
Oh, this wouldn't have anything to do with that meeting you've set up at the Astral Lounge. Would it?
I never said that. Did you have an agent hack into my files again?
Only after you had one hack into mine. Tell me, can mutual distrust lead to a point where it's actually the same as mutual trust? Oh, don't mind the two of us. Challenging each other intellectually is a cornerstone of our relationship. Now, I must point out the obvious. The Astro Lounge. Huh? It's a remarkably insecure location.
That was the point. Neutral territory in the open.
With no leverage. Oh, you must let me help. It's been too long.
I have this all taken care of.
Some investigation into the cellar. What's motivating them? Then, some preliminary casing of the Astral Lounge for security flaws. Give you the advantage if things go wrong.
Bribe a few bouncers, alter the codes on the doors.
Yes, exactly. I hate being selfish, but I would like some time with my husband. We need to go through the fund authorizations anyway.
James Newell is the broker who knows our cellar. He'll be able to help you find out more about them. And it shouldn't be hard to find the Astral Lounge. Here, let me at least give you some operation funds since I won't be joining you. Meet me back here. Yeah, I'm going to be present for the negotiation. I'm not leaving you to the Neon Sharks, I promise.
When you have a moment, I'd like to speak to you.
I missed you.
I missed you too.
You're still so tense. Normally, once we're alone, your shoulders relax. They're taut.
We're on to something remarkable. Maybe what I've always dreamed of.
I can tell. I can see your mind racing.
I haven't even stopped to ask you how you're doing.
I'm fine. The board complains, I assured them. There's the occasional assassination attempt.
So, you don't need anything from me then?
I don't.
Am I just some useless stargazer? You would have been better off marrying a Hope or a Tayu, someone who could be with you at every meeting.
Oh, don't go on about that again. Needing you isn't the same as wanting you. And I'd much rather want my partner than need them. Less complicated.
I know Constellation seems to take up so much of my time. But I never stop thinking of you. Wondering what maneuvering you're doing to take over the company and drive me out.
It's how I show my love.
We'll settle the accounts while you investigate. You're doing Constellation proud.
James Newell better watch his back. He's causing problems.
I've heard that Benjamin Bayou has a private penthouse at the top of the tower. The view from up there must be breathtaking. When you have a moment, I'd like to speak to you. There's something I need to talk to you about. Hey there.
Hell yeah! This is awesome!
Yeah, you're new here, aren't you? Name's Boone Morgan, your new best friend on Neon. If you're here for a drink or listen to the music, I've got you covered. But if you're here for something a little more exciting, we have plenty of Aurora for sale. Oh, we have plenty of that. But why not try something different? New. Here, take a look at the menu. Now, I'm not going to lie. The Aurora is a bit expensive, but let's face it. Can you really put a price on pleasure? The Astro Lounge is one of the safest places in all of Neon. Security is handpicked from the finest officers in the city. I'm afraid that would be a serious fire hazard. And I think it's only fair to warn you that the network security on our doors is state-of-the-art. Then I would say you'd be interested in the Astro Lounge VIP package. For a reasonable fee, our security can be your security. We do strive for setting the most reasonable rate. Not currently, I'm afraid. Unless you'd like to purchase it on their behalf. Mr. Stroud is coming to the Astro Lounge. Now that is interesting. Well, I think we can certainly offer a discounted rate for you, if you were still interested. Excellent. Let me just apply that discount we discussed, and done. We do hope your meeting goes to your satisfaction. Enjoy the lounge.
Excuse me.
Okay, hello.
Hello.
Oh, I don't see what the big deal is. It's all legal.
Feeling the music?
Scram, I'm on duty.
I have something I need to discuss with you. If you don't mind, I'd like to speak to Admiral Logan sooner rather than later. When you have a moment, I'd like to speak to you.
What?
Now is the time to enhance your life.
Be careful if you run into those.
Fully stocked and ready to sell. Welcome to Newell's. If you're looking for any specific goods, Rosa and I guarantee we'll beat Sieghart's lousy selection every time. I understand that. But when you're dealing with a snake like Siegert, normal commerce practices go right out the window. That man has absolutely no respect for the business community on Neon. He skips merchant meetings and refuses to participate in any of our group buys. Worst of all, he pays off Neon's security to keep his place safe. By standing up to the lowlifes who come in here expecting me to just hand over all of my money, I refuse to be run out of business or be forced to pay protection. A lot of the merchants in Neon belong to a small merchants alliance. It's nothing formal. It's just a bunch of us getting together to air our grievances and watch each other's backs. Yeah, sure, if all you care about is yourself. Every payment Siegert makes validates Neon Security's corruption. He's setting a bad precedent that many merchants are forced to follow. Anyway, sorry. I know I can get a little intense about these things. If you'll forgive the outburst and have a look around, I'm sure you'll find something you might want to buy. Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. Information isn't usually free. All right. Just ease up. Okay. I don't know much, but I did have one of my freelancers tail the seller back to his place. Sleep Crate 1. Let me write down the unit for you. I had to chase more zone heads out of here today.
I'd rather not get mixed up with the syndicate or gang stuff.
the lead scene.
Security's got its eyes on Saburo Akadiko. That guy's trouble for the status quo. If you know what I mean.
You're back. Talk to Walter. He's been fidgeting nervously this whole time.
Well, I should hope so. He and I are very famous. Originally, both the Stroud and the Eklund corporations made consumer goods. Anything and everything a person could want. But after my husband and I married and merged the companies, we decided to make our mark on interstellar travel. And now the brand is nearly synonymous with starships. I still get questions from reporters wanting to know just how we pulled that transition off. And my answer is always the same. Money solves everything. Oh, interesting question. Neon is the ultimate playground for people who have money. And that means we exhaust ourselves sabotaging each other. It's fun, but a huge waste. Stroud Eklund, as a company, doesn't believe in restraint, but sometimes I wonder if Neon's lack of a moral authority isn't hurting everyone, even us.
Any luck out there? Excellent. Good work. Let's head to the Astral Lounge. Goodbye, my dear. See you at the next board meeting?
Oh, I'll be keeping an eye on this little operation, just in case. Good luck, all of you.
I have something I need to discuss with you.
All right, we're here. Now, I don't know what the cellar looks like, but they'll have a security briefcase with them. Larger than normal. Big enough to hold the artifact. We should split up. The code phrase to identify yourself as the buyer is Ramsey and Travers. Are they?
Code phrases? My goodness, Walter, I think you're taking this espionage business a little too seriously.
Remember, Ramsey and Travers. We'll meet back near the elevator.
I have something I need to discuss with you.
Hey, you wanna dance?
Finally. Been a while since I've had
This... the music is amazing!
You good?
Yeah? Take it easy.
Say, kid, how'd you like to hitch your wagon to a celebrity star? Hmm? That's right. The Mickey Caviar is in the market for a job, and you look like someone who could use a great ship's cook. What do you say? Just my luck. Guess it's back to drowning my sorrows.
What's up?
What is it? Can't you see I'm busy drinking? It's worth exactly 0 credits, same as my career, so don't get any ideas. Oh really? I heard you all have a meeting in a few minutes, don't you? In one of those fancy VIP lounges? Speaking of which, I gotta get going myself. Excuse me.
Hi! Having fun?
I just saw Arcella walk by. Good job. That's not surprising. This is a deal over stolen property, after all. Anything could go wrong. Now, before we head in there, let me go over the ground rules. He'll ask for twice what we agreed on. That's normal. He'll probably try to walk out. That's normal, too. Don't worry about the amount we actually settle on. The Stroud-Eklund Discretionary Fund is just a chip to you and me. Our goal is to get him to accept that chip in exchange for the artifact. Anything goes as long as it's in our hands, and we're not dead. How does that sound? That's why you're here. Hopefully our combined countenance will be enough, but grabbing the artifact and running is an option. Just do me a favor and treat it as a last resort. I have a reputation.
I'm not in the mood.
So you're Stroud. You look different in person.
Our public relations always insists on doing some touch-ups for the official photos. Embarrassing, really.
Your security here going to stand or sit for this little meeting, making me nervous. So polite. Almost makes me forget what planet I'm on.
Am I to assume that briefcase has our item of interest?
Yeah, here it is.
Well, look at that.
One of a kind, and I know you want it.
I have the amount we agreed on.
Things have changed. I want double.
Now, how am I supposed to do that?
I don't know, but your security here seems to have some fancy gear. Why don't they chip in? What the? Security!
As you can see, we're in control. Take advantage of our generosity. Take the money.
All right. Okay. It's all yours. Hope I never see any of you people ever again.
We have it. This couldn't have gone better. Well done. Some high-pressure tactics, but we got what we were after. Time to go home.
If you'll excuse
Shall we?
me, I need to get out of town.
Stop right there. You're in possession of Slayton Aerospace property.
Ah. Slayton must have been the original owner. We don't need to do this. All's fair on Neon. Am I right?
Hand over Mr. Slayton's property. Now.
There a problem here?
Yes. This armed thug was trying to steal our belongings.
I'm going to need you to back away from our VIPs. Now.
Fine, but you can't stay in the Astral Lounge forever, Stroud. Nicholas Slayton's already got your number.
Sending armed men into the Astral Lounge. Slayton must be serious about getting the artifact back. We'd better get off the planet quickly.
We hope you've enjoyed your time in the Astral Lounge.
Hell yeah! This is awesome!
Something's gone wrong, hasn't it?
Slayton has put a bounty on your heads. He squeezed a few palms. Your ship's been impounded at the spaceport.
There goes our way out. The CEO of Slayton Aerospace. They're a systems manufacturer. Engines, thrusters. The same way everything works on Neon. Money. It's terrible at keeping secrets. Agreed. Have a talk with the man himself.
Slayton Aerospace has offices here in the trade tower. If Nicholas is moving this quickly, he must be there or close by.
Let's head to their lobby, shall we? See if we can make an appointment.
When you have a moment, I'd like to speak to you. If you don't mind, I'd like to speak to Admiral Logan sooner rather than later.
Welcome to Slayton Aerospace. Can I help you? I'm afraid Mr. Slayton is a very busy man. Maybe I can see if he has just a moment. Ah, there does seem to be a hole in his schedule. Oh, I think we can make an exception in your case. Mr. Slayton will see you. Just use the elevator.
Hoping to get a meeting? I've been waiting here all day.
Wait. This clearly isn't your executive level. He's on to us.
Walter. Taking what's mine and then breaking into my office. A bold move, but one easily countered.
Oh, we're trapped.
Hello, Walter, dear, are you there?
Issa?
Took longer than I'd like, but I managed to pay off one of Slayton's security consultants. They've patched me in.
All right. We've got her out. Once the door's open, just follow her instructions, okay? For the moment, Slayton will be scrambling his own security teams once he gets wind that we're no longer at his mercy. Our time is limited. I'm aware of the irony of me continuing to say it'll be easy. But it'll be easy.
Doors will open in 3, 2, 1. Slayton's guards and employees are all over. Be careful. Okay. You'll want to use the vent system to slip around unnoticed. There's a cupboard just to the right of the elevator you came in on. That's the elevator you came in on. Jump right across the top of it and keep going to the end. Drop down and follow the conduit all the way to the end, past the fork. There's a vent above you. Just climb up. The room below you is clear. Drop down. Stop. One of the doors leads you right into the open. I'm unlocking a safe route. Opening the door on your right. Go now. Head left, but don't go through the door at the end yet. There's a robot stalking the hall. Wait. It's walking down the hall. Go now, straight across to the door. Keep going, all the way to the end. Wait, there's people in the room up ahead. Closing the shutters. Another robot up ahead. Wait for it to pass, then head straight across to the maintenance door next to the security gate. Go now. Let me just get that for you. You know the routine. Up the vent. It's a short one, I promise. Almost there. Door on the right. There's the door. It should take you outside.
Outside? You expect us to climb up the trade tower?
There's a series of catwalks that lead directly up one floor to the executive level.
Well, I guess after you.
It's time! Last mistake you'll make. I've had enough of this! It's going down! I don't like him anyway!
Well, I suppose they're not going to need it anymore. There's something I need to talk to you about.
You're done. There you are!
You're coming in just behind the executive elevators. I'll call the one on the far end, and you can walk right over the top.
You know, it's moments like this that really makes Neon the best place to do business. You steal what's mine. I trap you in the city. You infiltrate my office. I lock it down. Where else can you match wits for the highest stakes but here? You have what's mine. I, indirectly, have what's yours. We are at a stalemate. Although I do count a few more guns on my side. I do admit, having the co-CEO of Stroud Eklund in my office is quite the opportunity.
How are your quarterlies looking, Nicholas? Perhaps we can add Slayton Aerospace to our supply chain, provided this unpleasantness was behind us.
Yes, I think that could be a most beneficial exchange. There is just the small matter of paying for the humiliation. Mr. Musgrove, my former employee, and the thief responsible for our serendipitous meeting, was caught prior to your arrival. I think it would cement our new partnership if you were to decide on his sentence yourselves. If that is your decision, you need only tell him yourself, and then we will handle the rest.
It's a smart decision, one that I fully support.
My security brought Musgrove to my office. I'm sure seeing you again will be a fine conclusion to your previous business.
Just let him go.
When you
No
have a
sense
few
in more
moments,
violence.
there's something I'd like to
We have an
discuss.
opportunity to spare a man's life. I know he probably wouldn't do the same for us, but that shouldn't matter.
Oh no. You. Slayton really does have a sick sense of humor. "10 years working in aerospace engineering, and they laid me off. You damn right I stole that thing. They tell you if you have talent and commitment, you can go far. But the truth is, it's all about who steals the most and gets away with it. Please, I was just trying to sell a product, okay? Isn't that why we're all here?"
Be lenient. We were taking advantage of his initiative, after all, even if we have found ourselves working with the man he stole from.
Thank you.
You have no idea how lucky you are, Musgrove. If it was up to me, I'd have fed you to the wolves.
A rare moment of compassion for this city. Very well. I'll clear things up with the authorities. You're free to go.
When you have a moment,
Let's
I'd
talk
like to
more
speak
back
to
at
you.
the ship.
This was a good meeting. Very productive.
Get going. Mr. Slayton.
Have you tried one of our advanced teller machines?
I heard the shortages over Reliant Medical. Not great. Doc Manning better get his act together.
Trackers Alliance always finds. Be home. The perfect marriage.
Save it for someone who gives it.
Captain, it is pleasant to see you.
Should I warm up the engines? There's some...
A deal with a man who wanted us dead. I guess we can call that a win. What do you think? Thank you. I guess. Some people call Issa a jewel, but she's more than that to me. I can't really describe it. There's a me, and a her, and an us. And I wouldn't trade the us for all the credits in Neon.
Well, there's a surprise. That's one of the sweetest things I've ever heard you say, Walter.
All in all, a great success. Thank you for allowing me to tag along with Constellation's newest star. Yes, I used a pun. Forgive me.
There's something I need to talk to you about.
A deal with a man who wanted us dead. I guess we can call that a win. What do you think? Thank you. I can't really describe it. All in all, yeah. That's not any type of ship I recognize.
fact that you do not know says much. We are the Starborn, and you are unworthy to possess the artifacts.
Ridiculous. You have no right to dictate what we can or cannot do with the artifacts.
Tell us, please. What are the artifacts? What are they for? Did you make them? What gives you more right to them than humanity?
Answering your questions is exactly what we cannot allow. Abandon your thirst for knowledge, or drown in it. We are growing impatient. Cease your attempts to stall for time.
But you speak our language.
We know everything about you. That is why your kind cannot have the artifact. The more you understand, the more damage you will do.
How could just knowing what you are be dangerous?
Our distance from you is the whole point. We interfere now because we must.
I'm not liking what I'm seeing on the scans. Energy output from that ship is far above the normal range. If we spin up the grav drive now, we have a chance. We'll get through this. Hold on.
When you have a few minutes, there's something I'd like to discuss.
Be advised, you are entering United Colony space. Please maintain course and prepare to be scanned.
We need to regroup at the lodge.
Scan complete.
Tell me how to analyze the data off the ship's sensors.
Please enjoy your visit to Jemison.
Everyone's going to want to weigh in on this.
Absolutely. We have much to discuss.
There's something I need to talk to you about.
How is Neon? No? Okay. I'll start transferring the data over now. Let me just bring it up on here at the table. Is that a prototype? No, that material isn't anything we... What the... Everyone, come take a look at this.
That's no faction vessel or Crimson Fleet. Secret military tech, maybe?
No United Colonies Admiral approved that starship design.
And call themselves the Starborn. Demanded we hand over the artifact. Like we were children, playing with their parents' things.
What do people know? Any offshoot groups go by that name?
None in any corner of the settled systems I've seen. Maybe a distant human colony finally popping its head up. Another house for Rune.
I very much doubt that.
We ignoring the obvious here? A heretofore unknown group who just happens to know about the artifacts. I'm just gonna say it. Intelligent alien life, or extra-dimensional beings. The original creators from the furthest fringes of space.
Or beyond even that. Is the metaphor of avenging angels coming down to keep humanity from forbidden knowledge not apt here?
So, we have a lot of theories, but nothing concrete. Except that they're after the artifacts, and they're willing to take them by force.
No settled systems lab made these things, and I doubt one of them made that ship either.
So, we got some weird extra-dimensional beings that coincidentally decide to build their spacefaring vessels exactly like we do. Not so sure about that.
Some glints of shine in the dark. Ready to hand them out as soon as you please.
Do you got time for a quick chat? I'd appreciate it when you're able.
I'd like to talk to you about something when you have a chance.
Ever since I got here, this has felt like home. These people are family. I hope it feels
This
that way.
galaxy's too big to be stuck in the same place.